Hey, I'm Lana Garvin, a licensed therapist, multidimensional guide, and timeline architect. This space is where mental health, energy work, and soul truth come together. I help people reconnect with who they really are beneath the coping, the patterns, and the programming so they can live from alignment, not survival. If you're navigating awakening, healing old stories, or creating something new from the inside out, you're in the right place. So, let's dive in. Hey there, Lana here. So, I want to start this conversation by naming something that I think we all feel, even if we don't always have words for it. This reality we live in, the way the world is designed, the way media speaks to us, the way systems operate, it's all built on fear. Think about it. Every headline is designed to make you afraid of what might happen next. Advertising is designed to make you afraid of not being enough unless you buy the thing. Social media is designed to make you afraid of being rejected if you don't look the right way or have the right status. It's a constant drip of fear into our nervous systems. And when we're living from that place, we become easier to manipulate, easier to control, and we unconsciously build our lives and our relationships around the energetic of fear. But here's the catch. When something is created from fear, it always contains trapdoors. Fear builds shaky structures. Fear encodes more fear into whatever it touches. On the other hand, love is a builder. Love is a connector. Love is a softener and an expander. Love creates stability and trust, room for life to grow. So that's why I'm making this episode. In my sessions with clients recently, I've seen how fear is showing up everywhere in relationships and self-image, in the choices people make about their future. And if fear isn't conscious, it becomes destructive. It erodes connection and blocks possibility. It just keeps us stuck. My work as a therapist has always been about taking something complex, all the swirling dynamics of a relationship, the loops of anxiety, the weight of old wounds, and breaking it down to its simplest format. And at the core, one of the clearest and most powerful shifts I've ever found is this: the love versus fear switch. Fear shows up in sneaky ways. It's not always the obvious fight or flight. Sometimes it's overthinking a text because you're scared of being rejected, or people pleasing because you don't want to lose someone's approval, or checking out emotionally because you're afraid if you stay fully present, it's going to hurt. Fear contracts, it protects, it makes everything feel like survival. And when we relate to our partner, our kids, or even ourselves from that place, the relationship becomes about safety management instead of connection. Love is a different frequency. Love expands. It softens the body. It's not just romance, it's trust, presence, curiosity, generosity. Love says, I can be with what is without trying to control it. I'll give you a real example. Recently, I caught myself getting really tight in a conversation with somebody that I care about, and I felt the urge to defend myself, to prove my point, to control the outcome, and I noticed that it was fear. And in that moment, I asked myself, what would this look like if I chose love instead? And instantly, my whole system shifted. Instead of defending, I softened and listened. Instead of proving, I shared openly, and the whole interaction flipped polarity from contraction to expansion, and from survival to intimacy. So how do we flip it? How do we flip this polarity switch in the moment? And this is the practical part. The next time you notice yourself in fear, try this. At first, just stop for a second and name it. And I like to say, oh, that's my fear talking. So just naming it and assigning it, this is fear speaking. Then you want to breathe and just regulate your body. And when you breathe, imagining your nervous system on your exhale or inhale, you can expand it. and it's extending out. So it's not contracting, it's expanding. It's the opposite of what fear does in the body. So you're going to breathe, inhale, expansion, exhale, contraction. And then you ask a question. And I love this question. What does the most loving version of me do right now? We all know our loving sides. We all know the parts of us that have generosity for miles. I mean, if you've ever had someone stay at your house as a house guest and you're fighting with somebody in your life while that's going on, man, the amount of gymnastics you can do emotionally to show up with a happy face. It's pretty wild what we're capable of. But when we ask what's the most loving version of me, what would they do? We're inviting that part of us to the table and telling the fear part that it doesn't get to have the microphone. That simple question is a polarity switch. It doesn't mean you ignore boundaries or avoid hard truths. It means you come from love instead of fear. And the outcome will always be more aligned. In relationships, fear looks like clinging, withdrawing, jealousy, control, silent agreements to abandon ourselves so the other person doesn't leave. Love looks like presence, curiosity, self-responsibility, and co-creation. Love creates a safe field where two nervous systems can actually meet instead of just bouncing off of each other's defenses. And when you start flipping the polarity consistently, your entire relationship blueprint changes. Life stops being about managing fear and starts being about creating from love. So maybe try this today. Notice one moment where fear shows up. Name it and then flip it. Choose love, because when you start living this way, when love, not fear, becomes your organizing principle, your relationships shift, your choices shift, and your life itself shifts. So here's an affirmation for you. I am no longer organizing my life around fear. I choose to create, connect, and live from love. That's the work. That's the invitation. And it's available in every single moment. See you next time.